In this podcast episode, Dr. Michael Gervais, a renowned sports psychologist who has worked extensively with Olympic athletes and elite performers across various disciplines, shares invaluable insights about the mental skills that distinguish the best from the average. He dives into the relationship between mindset, emotional regulation, psychological training, and high performance, while also addressing the challenges of youth sports, the recovery from setbacks, and the profound role of purpose in life and performance. The discussion also explores practical strategies, including awareness, self-talk, breathing exercises, and mental imagery that everyday individuals can apply to improve their overall performance and quality of life. Dr. Gervais emphasizes that true high performance is less about rising spontaneously to the occasion and more about falling to the level of one's training. He describes psychological skills as essential tools that must be cultivated alongside physical capabilities. Central to this are practices that build self-awareness, understanding one's thoughts, feelings, and emotional responses. Through meditation, journaling, and meaningful conversations, individuals develop the necessary awareness to adjust their internal states consciously and effectively under pressure. Self-talk emerges as a core psychological skill. Gervais explains that many people default to negative or limiting self-talk as a protective mechanism, often ingrained early in life. However, elite performers use self-talk strategically to back themselves up and reinforce their mental strength, grounding their affirmations in real past experiences that validate those thoughts. This concept of epic thoughts, supported by genuine life evidence, enhances psychological resilience and confidence in high-pressure moments. Breathing techniques also play a fundamental role in emotional regulation. Controlling the breath helps manage nervous system arousal, enabling individuals to remain present and composed during intense situations. Paired with optimized self-talk, these skills allow people to navigate stressful conditions with greater efficacy and presence. Drawing from his recent personal experience surviving a severe head-on car collision, Dr. Gervais shares how psychological preparation and emotional fitness supported him not only in that critical moment, but in the aftermath as well. He highlights the concept of post-traumatic growth, a less explored but powerful phenomenon where individuals respond to adversity not with retreat or fear, but with reflection, learning, and expansion. He underscores the importance of choosing one's response to adversity. While setbacks can trigger regressive tendencies and limiting beliefs, the deliberate framing of such moments as opportunities for growth and learning allows individuals to push forward. The ability to reframe challenges involves psychological skills developed over time, promoting recovery that goes beyond mere survival to enable thriving in the face of difficulty. Dr. Gervais brings attention to the landscape of youth sports, particularly in the United States, calling it dangerous due to a systemic lack of training and support for amateur coaches who often bear the responsibility of shaping young athletes' emotional and psychological development. The highly competitive environment, combined with parents' and coaches' pressures, can expose fragile developmental minds to social comparison, judgment, and performance-based identities that may cause lasting harm. His advice to parents is to act as buffers for their children, providing unwavering emotional support and helping them navigate inevitable disappointments while fostering resilience. He stresses that success in sports often takes a narrow path and that the majority of children will not achieve professional athletic careers. However, youth sports can serve as a laboratory for life skills, such as handling mistakes, building interpersonal relationships, and learning to persevere, but only if the psychological environment is carefully managed and supplemented by adults who truly understand and support the children's growth. Fundamental commitment, organizing one's life deeply and coherently around what matters most, is a recurring theme throughout the conversation. Dr. Gervais notes that most people never truly commit to their highest aims, which limits their ability to realize their full potential. This commitment must align with clear personal values and purpose. He differentiates between performance-based identity, where an individual's self-worth is tied to outcomes, and purpose-based identity, which orients life around meaning and service beyond immediate results. The greatest performances and sustained happiness tend to arise when purpose drives performance, providing intrinsic motivation and buffering against the emotional pitfalls of failure. Dr. Gervais and Luis, the host, both share personal reflections on this dynamic, illustrating how the shift from seeking external validation to cultivating personal mission unlocks a deeper sense of fulfillment and sustained performance. Optimism as a foundational mindset is another key point. Dr. Gervais clarifies that optimism is not about toxic positivity, but rather a grounded belief that the best is yet to come, and that with effort, challenges can be overcome. This belief is tightly linked with self-efficacy, the conviction in one's power to choose responses and take effective action. Drawing on psychological science, he explains how interpretations of events, rather than the events themselves, have the largest impact on mental well-being and performance. He refers to the enduring wisdom of Viktor Frankl and Edith Eger regarding the human capacity to choose one's attitude regardless of external circumstances. Agency, the recognition that one has the ability to steer one's psychological state and decisions, is fundamental. Without emotional regulation skills, individuals struggle to harness this agency. Dr. Gervais ranks emotional regulation as the most vital skill for a fulfilling life, echoing insights from neuroscience. Building on these concepts, Dr. Gervais outlines 3 practical psychological tools designed to enhance everyday performance, regardless of one's profession or life's complications. The first is a lifelong commitment to self-discovery, meaning a consistent pursuit to understand one's own mental and emotional processes, purpose, and values. The second is developing daily awareness practices, mindfulness, journaling, or conversations with wise mentors that cultivate an ongoing process of self-reflection and emotional attunement. The third involves mastering specific psychological techniques, such as regulated self-talk, breathing protocols for downregulation and focus, meditation, and mental imagery. Mental imagery, in particular, is highlighted through examples like Felix Baumgartner's record stratospheric jump, where thousands of mental rehearsals prepared him for an unprecedented and dangerous feat. Recovery also receives emphasis. Physical and psychological recovery practices must balance intense stress with equivalent restoration to sustain long-term growth and performance. Dr. Gervais also discusses coaching strategies, emphasizing the sequence of support, then challenge. Truly effective coaching or leadership requires first understanding and caring for the individual to build trust before pushing them toward growth edges or the danger line. This approach not only maximizes performance but protects emotional well-being. For parents, coaches, and business leaders alike, he advocates investing in one's own self-discovery and psychological understanding as a prerequisite to effectively supporting others. Cultivating a caring, challenging community built on intentional relationships and shared values creates a fertile environment for growth. Lastly, Dr. Gervais touches on the often underestimated importance of play and lightheartedness in sustaining high performance over time. While intensity and focus are crucial, balancing them with play enhances flow states and creativity. He also shares his personal journey toward emotional freedom, a place where one feels profoundly safe within oneself, free from self-critical identities shaped by past pain, and articulates the liberating impact this has on self-worth and well-being. This emotional safety is seen as foundational to love, connection, and ultimately living a fulfilling, high-performing life. Dr. Gervais concludes by redefining greatness, not by external accolades, but by an authentic, ongoing commitment to explore and embody one's capabilities fully, valuing the process of becoming over outcomes. He challenges listeners to depart from performance-based self-worth and instead orient their lives around purpose, self-knowledge, and emotional mastery. His 3 truths: everything needed is already inside. What you develop within you is what you can give to others, and you are capable of far more than you imagine, encapsulate the guiding principles he hopes to leave behind.